Since Jamie Foxx's unexpected problem came to the news, a ton of fans have invested energy guessing about the genuine reason for his sickness and contemplated whether it had a say in him moving over to the following huge move toward his vocation. Well, appears as though fans will not need to ponder any longer, as Scratch Gun, a long-lasting companion and associate of Jamie, is at long last uncovering who had it out for Jamie Foxx and why he accepts that his life is still in harm's way. Yet might we at any point trust all that Scratch is saying regarding Jamie's unexpected issues? So Jamie Foxx has left his imprint as one of the best to at any point do it with regards to Hollywood. I mean, Jamie is no joking matter with regards to the business. And the most awesome aspect of this is that he has accomplished this without being all in any significant show throughout the long term. And this is similar to nothing to joke about on the grounds that in Hollywood, we know how it goes well. This was up to this point when a ton of fans needed to fire presenting supplications and sending in their all the best in light of the fact that new news got out that Jane was hospitalized and that it was what was going on, yet there was a development to this and folks. When I let you know it was truly untidy, you best accept me. And presently Scratch, who has been companions with Jamie like perpetually, is venturing forward to reveal insight into what truly befell Jamie. So Jamie, who hasn't been remotely close to his socials for some time since he was hospitalized, as of late contacted his fans to make them realize that he was doing a firm in an IG post. He shared a photograph that peruses value all the affection feeling honored. And this came as all in all an alleviation from every one of the tales about Jamie's well-being alarm that have been making the round in the media. A ton of fans actually had questions with respect to what truly befell Jamie, and assuming that somebody made an attempt to kill he. Likewise, the manner in which Jamie posted the update was extremely bizarre in light of the fact that you would feel that assuming that he was recuperating, he would post a photograph of himself. Yet no, the whole update appeared to be truly unusual and sus. As per a source who is near the family, James' well-being alarm was brought about by cerebrum drains, which he was determined to have after he looked for clinical consideration for his steady and serious migraine episodes. Now the source didn't get out whatever caused this mind drain, just that Jane was the person who registered himself with the medical clinic, so he could make a full recuperation. Yet I don't accept the later part, since that wasn't the news that fans originally caught wind of. Jane, truth be told, Connie Jane's little girl needed to make this post about her dad's well-being when bits of hearsay began zooming around that something deadly had happened to him. Now, I couldn't say whether you know this, yet Jamie has had exceptionally horrendous encounters with regards to his well-being before, and the first happened when he was around 18 years of age. So as per him, he has forever feared freaking out since he was youthful, and this dread appeared when his beverage got spiked at a school party with PCP. And this brought about brutal flashbacks for just about a year. He said it happened to me when I was 18. And I had 11 months of heart flashbacks. And afterward, when I was 26, I had a flashback very much like that, and another when I was 32, and that was the final remaining one. Yet I generally stress over it returning. He likewise uncovered that he has experienced despondency and has enjoyed substance misuse. And I'm bringing this up for 3 reasons. The first is that the source who unveiled the reason for his hospitalization additionally said that his cerebrum drain was brought about by pressure from being on set of the Netflix film back in real life, and the way that he nearly got missiled out of $41,000 US. Likewise, not long before his new well-being alarm, there was talk that Jamie accepted that certain individuals were after his life. And as per insiders, he even got several visits from the police in the clinic. And the third explanation is that besides the fact that he accepted that certain individuals had it out for him, yet as per a source who was likewise on set, he wasn't friendly with his co-star Cameron Diaz. And that source guaranteed that Jamie was envious of all the consideration that Cameron was getting in light of the fact that he felt that the spotlight ought to be on him who is likewise the leader maker, not her. Now the source additionally proceeded to uncover that the burden on James and Cameron's relationship had transformed the set into a minefield. The source said James is being an all-out pill. And unfortunately, Cameron's enduring the worst part of his foul temperaments. You'd think he'd be excited. He persuaded her to be in his film, yet he detests that she is the focal point of consideration. The source went further to say that James' disposition was that Cameron was choosing to stop Hollywood once more. In the meantime, after the news broke, a few superstars openly wished James a speedy recuperation. And among them were Jennifer Hudson, Kerry Washington, Tiffany Haddish, and Scratch Gunn. You see, I posted on Instagram like I in a real sense been expressing petitions to God, without holding back encouraging statements for my elder sibling. Now, while this generous flood of adoration appears to be earnest, unquestionable necessity, had ulterior thought processes in being so candid about James' well-being. And this is on the grounds that simultaneously he was talking about Jamie's advancement, he was likewise advancing his forthcoming public broadcast. The day-to-day Canon Scratch likewise said that James gave him his approval to help him out, and at the time he uncovered this, James was supposed to in any case be in a trance-like state at any rate. The blessing ended up being him filling in for James as the visitor host of Thumpshasm. And I don't know folks yet, it just looked truly sus that it is simultaneously James is hospitalized. And there is by all accounts some kind of distress to it in light of the fact that the possibly time where at any point inspired by Scratch is the point at which he invites another child, which resembles each 10 work days. And since he hasn't been doing that of late, it appears as though he has chosen to capitalize on James' condition. One fan who sees it this way said, sounds dubious. Why even annoy him while he's scarcely ready? Something appears to be off. Scratch Gun simply gives subtle energies. I don't know one way or the other. I trust there are just well-meaning goals, and that James completely recuperates. And there are some other people who don't really accept that Scratch even addressed James. At every one of the one client who accepts this said, I comprehend that the vast majority's quick reaction to the thing Scratch said about James giving him his endowments and helping him out is to think progressively. Yet I accept this discussion occurred before Jamie's health-related crisis and hospitalization. And yes, I must bring up that this is by all accounts the logical story, since Scratch said, you realize, they say he's ready, so we love it. And that persuades me to think that he doesn't actually know the genuine province of Jamie's well-being. Regardless, it's all extremely befuddling on the grounds, though while this was occurring, Radar Online delivered in a selective report that went against the underlying reports of James, improving, expressing that Jamie Foxx's condition was undeniably more serious than recently uncovered by a source referred to by Radar. James encountered a serious clinical episode and required prompt clinical consideration. The source said James experienced a serious clinical episode and required quick consideration. It was sensitive for quite a long time with him, and he must be restored. He is extremely fortunate to be alive. And afterward, out of nowhere, all the celebs began making recognitions, like he was no longer with us, which added more disarray to the circumstance. For instance, Charlie Mack has of late shared a post on Instagram asking God for a wonder. Charlie composed, I want you all to continually keep our cherished sibling Jamie Foxx up, whom we as a whole love and care for profoundly in our souls, brains, and petitions. I have definitely no disgrace in arguing and asking for your lenient recuperating controls over our sibling. Charlie composed additionally, suggesting that Jamie needs a marvel. Additionally, fans are distraught how quick James is being supplanted. Currently, like a couple of days after his hospitalization, the overseer of his film Back in Real Life supplanted him with his trick twofold. And afterward it was declared that Scratch Canon would be assuming control over his show Thumpshasm. Well, a ton of fans and well-wishers are supplicating that James recuperates soon enough. Yet let me know what you all think. Do you accept that Scratch was on the right track to remark on Jamie's well-being in any event, when he has no substantial proof? And do you believe that James' family and the board are minimizing the seriousness of James' condition? Leave your contemplations in the remarks. Make sure to buy in. And I'll see you all in my next video.